I thought I would show you today how to add universal logging to a set of functions in Python. And this design pattern comes from the language of functional programming, but you don't need to understand all the background to benefit from this way of approaching things. And I'll show you why that is in this very simple example or tutorial, whatever you want to call it. So on top, I just have Vim, and on the bottom I have a terminal. So Vim is a text editor. And I'm gonna show you how to, I'm quickly gonna create a little Python hello world with some functions. And then I will show you how you can add logging to these functions so that you don't need to modify the functions, but they all have this mechanism. You can just build a little mechanism that encapsulates the methods to add logging to them, such that the logging system composes, and such that you don't need a global mutating state, which is bad. And I can show you why. So we start with a shebang. This means this file has to be interpreted by Python, basically. Then this ugly Python thing this basically just means if this file is being interpreted, being run on its own, then you need to do the stuff that is in here, and otherwise don't. If you load this, if you import this into another file, then this print hello world won't be run. So that's why you often see this in Python programs. Okay, so I save that, then I do chmod. This means change modifier, because by default, as a safety feature in Linux, files are not executable. I think I may be giving too much detail, but okay. So now we just ran a bit of code up top, right? Now, suppose you have some complicated Python program with a bunch of functions. Yeah, let's create that first. So let's say we're in a company that does string manipulation for some reason. It comes up all over the place, right? Like you just have some program that works with text. And it has snakeify. Let's do snakeify text. Replace space with underscore, right? So if I logging, that's surprising that it runs that. Okay, but whatever. If you do snakeify hello world, I need to return it. Oops. Snakeify, I need to reload it. Snakeify hello world, then it says hello underscore world, right? I hope I'm not going too fast. So we just define a function that replaces underscores with spaces with underscores to get us like snake case is what the programmers call that. And then we do define yell, return text upper. I don't remember how that works off the top of my head. S is hello, and then you can ask like S upper, yeah. Return upper, right? So let's reload that again. Opa. Yell hello world. All right, and then it says hello world. Yeah. Okay, and now we can compose these two, right? You can do snakeify yell. Yell of hello world. And it says hello world. Yeah, I'm not gonna yell again, but it says hello world. Hello _ world. Okay. Now suppose you have a bunch of these, right? And your boss asks you, by the time this gets shown on the screen, I want to know how you came up with this stuff. Like, can you add some trace of what you ran? So the most obvious way to do this is you have a global log, okay? So let's say you do log is blah blah. No, it starts empty. Wait, how am I gonna do this? Yeah, it starts empty, and then here you add to the log snakeify. Yeah, let's add like a comma maybe. And then here we say yell, right? Oops. So if you run snakeify, then you add snakeify to the log. If you run yell, you add yell to the log. And then you maybe add, or yeah, let's see how this works. Now you can be like, what is the log? It's empty. But if I do snakeify hello world. Oh, I even need to tell Python that it's global, maybe. What is it saying? Cannot access local variable. Maybe you need to, yeah, you need to tell, oh, global log. I don't remember how this works. Maybe I should have prepared this a little bit better. But yeah, you get the idea maybe. Global log. And then we say log is this, maybe like that. Yeah. Snakeify hello world. Wow, no. Okay, so I don't even know how to do the bad version. So yeah, it's super bad, but you understand the idea, right? The next thing you might do is, so that's bad for a couple of reasons. Maybe I should say explicitly why that is bad. That is bad because from the outside, as a user of your library, you don't see any difference, right? You're just calling the same function, and all of a sudden it does some global thing that you're not aware of. And if someone starts building something on top of your log that depends on how the log works, but the users of your library have no clue that there's this global thing that is mutating, that's bad, because that can break things. If someone changes how the log works, all of a sudden other code can break. That's one bad side of it. But it's bad for other reasons, for concurrency reasons. Let's say you're trying to do some multi-thread thing. Global state is terrible to deal with because it leads to race conditions. It leads to two threads running over each other's feet and stuff. That's why like semaphores were invented and all that. So you don't want that. The global state is bad, and that's what functional programming is all about, right? But so the next solution is what you might come up with if you've never, I mean, recently, this is also what I would have done, but then I discovered this beautiful other thing that I'll show you after. So the other way to fix this is you need to pass in a log, right? And then here we add snakeify. And here, yell, oh no, log, yell, oops. And then you just return a tuple, I think, log, right? Let's see if this compiles. Yeah, now you do. Maybe I should like delete this. It's starting to annoy me. I thought it wouldn't run it if I run it like this, but yeah, whatever. Now if you do snakeify, we need to pass in a log and then go like hello world. Up. Now it's added it to the log, and now you can do like yeah. But see, now we start reaching trouble, right? Because what if I want to yell and be a snake? Then I need to first store this in a variable. Maybe I'll do it in the main, right? Let's say message is hello world. And then log is empty. And then we want to yell in a snaky way. Snakeify log message. Oops. And then we do our return log, return message or something, right? Or the result, whatever. We get something out of it. Then we do yell with the new log and the new message. Yeah, and then let's see. Yeah, I'll just print that. All right, so we start off with some message, or I'll put the log on top. We have some log and a message. Then we say, okay, snakeify my message. So this is going to be hello_world. It's going to log it like I did a snake. I use snakeify. Then whatever we get back from here, you run it through yell with the log, and it's also going to append it to the log, right? Oh, I thought that was going to print it now. Maybe I didn't save it here. Yeah. See, now it says the result was hello world, and I came upon this answer by first snakeifying it and then yelling, right? So why is this bad? It's bad for several reasons, right? We've defiled our beautiful simple string library by modifying the argument and the return type. Like, why should a simple string library have a notion of logging stuff? Like, this is, so it's how do you say that? Shouldn't be a logging function, separation of concerns, right? It shouldn't, a simple string manipulation library shouldn't know how to log things. So that's bad. And composing is also uglier, right? It's harder to compose. You need to like pull out the log and do a bunch of stuff. Okay, so that's also bad. So the global log is an option, and this is also an option, but they're both bad. So how do you solve this, right? I'll show you. Maybe I should do undo instead of like manually editing all of that. Oh yeah, we just delete all of the log stuff. Oops. Right. Maybe we keep that. Okay. Okay, so now this is where the meat of the video starts, right? This is where the ingenuity of this beautiful design pattern is gonna start coming through. First, we define a function called embellish. And embellish takes a function. It takes a function and function name, and it runs the function. I don't know. We return a function that takes an argument, it sticks it into the function, and we log, yeah, and we just say, maybe I'll put it on the after it or something. So now you're maybe confused because you have these like these nested returns and stuff. I need to think a little bit how this works again. Yeah, like this. And then, yeah, maybe I shouldn't write it as terse as this, but I mean, it's not that bad, right? So I'll show you what it does, right? Okay, embellish. Okay, so we have the function yell, right? Hello world. Now, if we do embellish yell, and we say, okay, this function is called yell, and we stick that into a variable, embellished yell, right? So what did we do now? Embellish takes a function and a function name, and it returns a new function that just uses the function that was passed into embellish, but it adds, but instead of just giving you back whatever the return value of f is, it gives back a tuple with the name of the function, right? So I'll show you, because that's maybe a bit abstract, right? Now, if you do embellished yell hello world, embellished yell, sorry, hello world, boom. It says this is just the return from yell, right? And it says I yelled, right? So we have this little machine that turns a normal function into a, like, object-oriented people might call this like an embellished function factory or something. Yeah. Okay, so we can now, but now we have a new question that is interesting. Let's say I'll start writing in here, embellished yell, and embellished snakeify, right? And this one is embellish yell, and this function is called yell. And here snakeify. No, what am I doing? Snakeify, right? And that is like a lot of, those names are, okay, but whatever. Those names are like long, I mean. So if I do embellished yell, hello world, yeah, and embellished snakeify, hello world. Right. So they each work, but now we have a problem, right? What if we try and do like embellished yell, embellished snakeify, hello world? This is not going to work anymore because embellished yell, embellished snakeify returns a tuple of a snakeified word and a little thing that says what it did, right? The log. So the functions don't compose anymore. Tuple, yeah, I'm trying to uppercase a tuple. Well, that doesn't work because we should uppercase the first argument of the tuple, right? So now, how do we still compose stuff now? This is, yeah, I'll show you how it works. define, what shall we call this? Embellish compose. Embellish is such a long word. I should have chosen something else. Compose log. It takes two embellished functions and then it returns the composition of those two functions. Yeah. So, yeah, okay, I'll just call it a compose embellished. Compose embellished. So f and g are embellished functions. They return arguments with some log tacked on. And then compose embellished takes two of those and gives you a function that does first f, then g, and it somehow aggregates the logs. Right? So we say return lambda x, or maybe I'll write this out long. So we call it h. It takes one argument. First, it applies f to that argument. Then we get a return and some log. And then we want to apply g to r, and we get back, I'll call it like r1 or rf. No, let's call it r2 log 2, right? Here. And then we return r2 log 1 plus a comma and plus log 2. And then we return h. I think that's it. So let's see if we can make this work, right? I'll just like do it in the REPL, in the read eval print loop. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't have deleted that. Okay, snakeify. Oh, so first we create embellished snakeify. Snakeify is embellish snakeify. Right, I think that's how that worked. Oh no, and we need to say, okay, snakeify is called snakeify. We do the same thing for yelling. Embellish yell. Okay. Yeah, I've shown you before that these work now, right? Now, here's where it becomes beautiful, right? How am I gonna call this? Embellished snake yell. Snake yell is compose embellished snakeify. First we snakeify embellished yell. Sorry, something happened out of my window. Why is it doing that weird? It's wrapping. It's showing us that it's wrapping. Embellished yell. Okay. Now, if we do embellished snake yell of hello world, boom, it says hello _ world, And it says, I came upon this result by first running Snakeify and then yelling. So yeah, this is the design pattern. It's called the Kleisli something. Maybe the rider or something, rider monad. I don't really know that yet. But yeah, I think it's beautiful. So these functions are exactly what we started with, right? These functions still don't know anything about logging, but we've created this little framework to make our functions into logging functions. And it's just beautiful. You can multi-thread this stuff, sorry. You can memwise the embellished functions because they are still, the embellished functions still only take a single argument. They don't take in a log. So you could keep a little database of snakeified words that you have come across so far, so you don't need to recompute stuff. And even these functions with logging added can be memwised. So performance-wise, this is also great. So this design pattern is beautiful, and I'm a big fan of it. That was the video. I hope you understood something. And if not, you should watch it again. Thank you.